All right, everybody. So, this will be the live stream for JST versus Mayhem. I've been really excited for this scrimmage to begin. So just wanted to say a few words about that. I've been training with JST quite a few times. They've got some really solid members, and then obviously Mayhem is my clan. So this will be a very interesting matchup. I'm just going to be the streamer and commentator this time. We're going to have Hot Cupcake be the hunter for Mayhem, so you'll be able to look forward to that. And obviously JST has a lot of fantastic members. So before every scrimmage begins, what we do is we do a coin flip. So JST is already, before the scrimmage, called Tails, and what's going to happen is if it's Tails, JST will pick the first map, and Mayhem will get to choose whether they want to hunt or play Survivor first, and vice versa if it's heads for Mayhem. So now at this point, I'm going to go to my coin flipping app, and here is the coin flip. And it appears like it has been heads. So now I will ask Mayhem's leader what map they want to pick first. And I will be asking JST as well whether they want to hunt or play Survivor first. All right, I just got word back from Mayhem that they will be picking Sacred Heart Hospital for round 1. And I'm waiting to hear back from JST. I can go ahead and log into the game now. Oh, they need just a quick second to discuss with their team, which is all good. So once again, that will be Sacred Heart Hospital for round 1 for Mayhem. That is what Mayhem decided to pick. And while we're at it, I'll invite Donna, who's currently acting as leader for Mayhem in my absence. All right, so JST wants to hunt first, so that means that Donna will have to invite the rest of the Mayhem survivors. Go ahead and spectate here. So yep, go ahead and invite the rest of Mayhem, and let me see if I can find who's hunting for JST. Pretty sure that's the hunter. All right, and it does appear that so for round 1, I'm just going to say that right now, there's going to be 1 survivor ban, and they picked Sacred Heart Hospital. What's going on here? I'm really excited to kick this off. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. So I'll just need to wait for everybody to ready up. Once they are all set, I'll go ahead and begin the match. So what's going to happen here is they're going to ban the survivor. There's 1 survivor ban round 1, and then from then on out, each faction gets 1 more ban. So for round 2, there's 2 survivor bans, 1 hunter ban, and for the 3rd round, there are 3 survivor bands and 2 hunter bands if it goes to that point. So we can see that the Merc is going to be the 1 ban. So that's a very interesting pick for a ban round 1. You see this a lot in Legendary Ranked mode, where they're banning the Mercenary so that they don't really have to juggle around between different survivors, who needs to rescue who and stuff. So again, not super uncommon bans, so I think that's a good pick from JST, especially on Sacred Heart Hospital, which can already be an extremely tough map for survivors. So we can see that they are going a relatively meta team comp. So what you like to have is you like to have 1 rescuer, which would be the Gravekeeper. You like to have 1 decoder, which would be the mechanic, since there was no mech ban this round. You like to have a support, so there's that seer in there, and you want to have 1 harasser, so there's cowboy. Now a lot of what we see in IPL is instead of they'll like substitute cowboy with forward. That's a pretty common pick. You could also choose wildling for that harasser, but this is definitely like the toughest. This is definitely going to be a tough as far as team composition goes for the hunter. So I'm very excited to see how this match plays out. And we can see it's just going to go back and forth. Everybody has selected their characters, that's all set, and they just needed to confirm their persona trees, and now we will begin. All right. So we can see it's going to be the spawn group 6. So there's going to be 1 survivor that spawns deep forest. We can see he's going right to Shack. So this is definitely a strategy here. So what's happening here is he's going to Shack now. Is that the cowboy there? Yep, cowboy did a nice job recognizing that Axe Boy was coming right towards him and transitioned right into the ruins. Okay, so it does look like, oh, misses the fireball there, but does end up getting the pallet swing. Nice job from this Axe Boy, and that pretty much secures cowboy as the first chase. So he's got to be careful here, he can't get fireballed. That would be an extremely early down for the Mayhem team if that fireball did go through, but we can see this Axe Boy is showing a lot of patience here. He is chasing in hospital, and this can really change things. If he can pull off a cowboy trick, that can make things very, very difficult for the hunter, and it looks like that will not happen. Oh, and we see that the Seer Owl is being used here. And we now know that the Axe Boy does not have Blink because we saw that Keeper early on. And he will fireball the Owl off. So I could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to time that to be just afterward. The Cowboy's doing a really nice kite now. And this is one thing that we're seeing is that Cowboy is becoming more and more of a scary transition kiter. Oh, narrowly misses the fireball, narrowly misses the fireball. And it looks like Mech Spot is also in the area, so nice lasso from the Cowboy here. Nice swing through the pallet. This is good timing for the survivor. So at this point, will this Axe Boy be able to pull something off? We will see here. It looks like the Axe Boy is going to leave that Cypher, prioritize chairing next to a Cypher instead of going for that close chair there. He does have the purple fireball there, and he's got peepers, which will definitely help him. Now, it appears that Gravekeeper is decoding at Shack. All the survivors are on this side, so that's also a thing. So this mechanic's got to be really careful that she doesn't get double hit. Nice job dodging the fireball there, and it looks like he will be continuing pursuing the Cowboy. Nice job disrespecting that pallet. He did a good read on the Cowboy there, and now that Cowboy is going to go down. So there are 3 Cyphers remaining. So the Cowboy also did a nice job getting away from that area. Now, unfortunately, with the Restful Road, he will be able to chair right next to the Cypher again, and it will be up to either the seer or the gravekeeper to pull off another rescue. Now, being that we saw the gravekeeper dig, that pretty much confirms the gravekeeper is going to be the one to go in for that rescue. And we can see the mechanic is prioritizing decoding with the bot at the moment. There are a lot of people injured, so that makes a lot of sense. Oh, and the fireball hits the chair. That is going to be a very successful rescue, and we can see that transitional kiting coming into play here with the cowboy. I like this. I can talk a little bit more when I'm not playing and so focused on a game right now. So we can see that these survivors are trying to body block until a last cipher is able to be popped. You can see body blocking the entrance there, really trying to get in the way. Even though they're not harassers, they can definitely get in the way and make this a tougher down for the axe boy. You can see that they are now leading into Shack. What is that cipher at? I don't know. Gravekeeper is going down, so that's a thing too. Seer also got another owl, so that's interesting. Nice lasso from the cowboy. Nice, very, very nice job. And we can see that cipher is nearly primed. And they choose not to pop the cipher. Will the cowboy be able to lasso again? We can see lassos through that wall there. So this is another thing to keep in mind too, is that cowboys are able to lasso through the walls as long as they release their lasso. Beforehand, you can see they decide to just put on that seer owl and pop the cipher. So now it will be a matter of whether this axe boy will be able to secure one down for their team. So we can see this cowboy once again doing a whole lot of transitional kiting and leading right back into hospital, which is right where you want to be at that last cipher. Not the last cipher, whatever. Now that was great gameplay from the axe boy. Just ended up being really tough for him to secure that final down, that final cherry on the cowboy, I should say. But great job from both sides, excellent gameplay, and this will be a one-person elimination. So yep, this will be 3 points for Mayhem and 1 point for JST. So now JST needs to get 3 survivors out in order to tie up the round. So now we've got the second half of the round, which will be Hot Cupcake will be the hunter for Mayhem. They confirmed that to me beforehand. And I will need to invite players from JST. There we go. I don't know if I have all you guys added here. But yeah, that was an extremely good job from both sides there. I mean, the axe boy did really well. Did really well securing that down at the end, and was doing really quite nice until that cipher pop kind of threw everything off. Let's see. I need to invite the JST survivors though. There we go. And Cupcake's on. Okay. And it will be the hospital again. So this is, even though Cupcake needs to get a tie in order to win this round, it's going to be really tough because hospital can be a really tough place for hunters, especially against survivors that know what they're doing. And we'll bring that survivor block into the game. And here is the team for JST. So after everybody readies up, we'll be able to start the round. And there we go. So now this is JST versus Mayhem. We will see, it will be interesting to see who Cupcake decides to block. And we see it's going to be that mercenary band again. So this is just like a rerun from last round. Now, what will be interesting is who Hot Cupcake choose to play as a hunter and what the Survivor team comp is going to be. I know Cupcake likes to play a lot of relatively non-meta hunters. He's actually been having a lot of fun with Feaster lately, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with that. And we can see, once again, you've got the Rescuer on the Survivor side, the Coordinator, the Decoder, which would be the Mind's Eye there. Mind's Eye can actually be pretty dangerous if you don't get a really crummy spawn with her. And Priestess is definitely dangerous on Hospital, so don't... so keep that in mind. Interesting idea, possibly going for the double decoder. There we go. So we got the decoder, and then this is actually kind of two support characters. Barmaid Priestess, maybe? I don't know. I'll talk about the Survivor comp after they all confirm. But it does look like Cupcake is deciding to go with that Feaster pick round 1, which will be extremely, extremely interesting. And we have around 40 seconds left for this right here, so it will also be interesting to see what the spawn point is, because the spawn points in Sacred Heart do actually mean a whole lot. For instance, if you've seen any of my streams before, you know spawn group 5 is my least favorite spawn group on here, because everyone either spawns Hospital or Ruins. That's an extremely tough spawn point, especially as a feast. You know, if you decide to go like the Bloody Queen or other meta hunters, they can choose to chase in Ruins. So it looks like confirmed Survivor comp is going to be the Mind's Eye, the Coordinator, the Priestess, and the Seer. So it's interesting that we see a Mind's Eye in there. Not used to seeing her quite often, but if the survivors have good communication and are able to rotate the hunter, she can actually be very dangerous late game when it comes to decoding, and can be very dangerous if you don't find her right away. So definitely not an easy team comp. And obviously Seer's tough, Priestess and Hospital is extremely tough. She's debatably broken there, and you have the Coordinator. Now you got to be careful when you play Coordinator against a Feaster, because if you play things wrong, you'll be shooting that tentacle there. It will also be interesting to see what Cupcake decides to bring as a trait, whether it's going to be that Patroller or Teleport or Peepers. There's a lot of things that Feaster mains tend to do. And it looks like it will be that dreaded spawn group 5. So you can see Hospital, and we can see there's going to be the Survivor at Shack is going to be rotating around, recognizing that that's the most common place that hunters tend to go with that spawn group. And it does look like Cupcake will be missing the Seer there. So, and it looks like he's going to Statue. That Survivor is also rotated out. Let's see where they're at here. Alright, looks like one Survivor is going to be forced, and at this point it looks like that is where Cupcake will be settling on his first chase. And now unfortunately for him, that is going to be the Coordinator. Oop, good spotty block by the E there for a second. Now, we will have to see whether the Coordinator will be using that flare gun really early for the earlier kite, or wait and use it during a rebound kite. You also can't forget that there's a Seer Owl. That's another thing too. And it looks like Cupcake will be going that Teleport build, which is not super uncommon with Feaster. And it looks like Coordinator will be going down at 5 seconds. So, let me see the progress there. Yeah, the ciphers look to be around 30-40. Especially if you rotate a whole lot, it can make... there's a point where you can't rotate all the time, and you have to start decoding. And we can see this is... Rescuing against a Feaster is not easy at all. So... you can see that tentacle is going to point in the direction of the nearest Survivor there. And it looks like it will be that priestess going for the first rescue, which is a very interesting choice. Will she be able to make it there before half? And I do believe that was narrowly before half. Now, will he be able to get this double hit there? That's very important for blocking that Cypher Rush there. Now we'll have to see. Did Coordinator get away? It looks like she ran way in that direction. Now it'll all be dependent on whether Cupcake sees the Coordinator or not. Now that Tentacle is obviously gonna show the way. And it looks like the Mind's Eye will have to unfortunately rotate out. Now being that there are only 4 ciphers remaining, you can't forget, see that cipher's almost prime. These ciphers have progress, so if they have that communication there, I think they should go for that rescue because the Coordinator will be able to most likely rebound with that flare gun there. And it looks like, there we go, Coordinator is going to be able to get off that chair. But you can't forget that Coordinator has a flare gun. I mean, there's rebound potential there. So this will be very, very interesting on how this plays out. Just has to avoid the tentacle. There we go. Nice patience from that Coordinator. Not using it prematurely. Waits till after he places that tentacle down, which actually makes it so he can't just like block with the tentacle there. And it looks like this Coordinator will come to this series of pallets here at Statue. And that will be a secured down for the Feaster here. Now it will be all about whether the survivors are able to pull into attack. Just remember, these survivors need to be able to get as many points as they can, and that teleport's going to help Cupcake out a lot. There is that world portal there, so that's okay. And that actually leads in the hospital. There's Priestess there to heal. It does look like Priestess will be healing them in the hospital, so remember, Priestess healing buff can be a really tough thing for some hunters to deal with. And it looks like he will entirely change targets to the Mind's Eye. That is definitely a good find for Cupcake. Now, I'm predicting that the survivors will sort of like regroup in hospital, just kind of heal and regroup. And I think the Mind's Eye was trying to throw that pallet down in the hopes of a stun, but it does look like Feaster will be taking him to this chair in this crappy corner right here. This can be a very tough cipher to rescue off of, so it'll be interesting to see. You have to remember that these ciphers do still have progress, so you can't... there is a good chance that they might be able to rebound, especially if they're able to pull this rescue off. Now Cupcake will be going for that early hit. Will he get the stop? Dodges the tentacle, and there goes the stuff. So now it will be a matter of whether the Priestess might go for the rescue. It seems it seems doubtful that she'd make it in time. Yeah, the Priestess is deciding to leave. Now it will be a matter of securing that 4-person elimination, unless if Seer is able to self-heal. And it looks like that will not happen. So this is a guaranteed win for Cupcake. And now it will be all about the sort of slugging game to make sure that he's able to give his team Mayhem the maximum potential for victory. So now at this point we can see that he's just going to go ahead and slug the survivor, and he's going to go ahead and teleport over to where the Seer was decoding, and there will be the final down on the Seer, and it will be just a matter of him going back to the Priestess there. You can't forget that the Priestess might still be able to self... Yeah, there's that self-heal playing there. But remember, Feaster does have his tentacles which point in the direction of the survivor, so that will also be a thing. Definitely be a thing. And we can see those tentacles, he's using those to his advantage. excellent gameplay. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of lag going on here. And he's back. Interesting going that pallet break. Yeah, it's gonna be that up down, which is not uncommon for teleport. Actually, it's recommended if you use teleport. But this is looking like a 4-person elimination for Cupcake. So it'll be just a matter of him choosing the Priestess and then sharing the Seer, and then that will be the 4-person elimination, which will make the score. Let's see, it was 3-1, and that is 5 points for Mayhem. That is going to be 8-1 in Mayhem's favor. Now you can't forget that as these rounds go on and people start banning each other's mains and stuff. I mean, I've seen teams come back from stuff like this, so JST is definitely not out of the game at the moment. So now I will just need to confirm with Team Mayhem what map they want for round 2. Now it's going to be Hunter hunting first for Mayhem, so Cupcake's going to be hunting for a 2nd round in a row. And I will need to ask Mayhem what team or what map they want to play for round 2. Or not Mayhem. Mayhem picked the first map. JST is going to pick the map, my bad. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Papa, leave me alone. Yep. They're just consulting as a team right now what they want to do. I will have to invite Cupcake back. No, I meant to hit... Okay, Cupcake, where are you at? There we go. I know you're here for that Poppet. Just gotta sit back and enjoy the stream, my guy. Now there's another thing to note that no, it goes the other way around. It goes the other way around for round 2. That's how these usually work. Hold up. And it looks like the pick is going to be Red Church. And Cupcake will have to go to Hunter here. And I'm going to invite JST. Let's see. Where are you all at? There you go. And we'll just wait for everybody to join. And we will be back in a second. So 2 Survivor bans, 1 Hunter ban. So this will definitely make things more interesting as people start... you know, playing characters other than their mains and stuff. So yep, it will be very, very interesting. So we just need to wait for the last member of JST. And we'll just need to wait for everybody to ready up. And there we go. The match is about to begin. And we see that the 2, there will be a Hunter ban here, so it will be interesting to see. Interesting pick banning Violinist, especially after Feaster the round before. That is a very interesting choice for a ban, and we'll see what Hot Cupcake decides to do for the Survivor bans. Now, we might be able to see Feaster, or Cupcake might decide that he wants to show off some of his other hunters. You know, show that he's got other hunters in his back pocket other than Feaster. So it'll be very interesting to see. Looks like we are seeing that Merc ban, and it looks like we will also be seeing a Seer ban. So maybe? Oh, it's going to be the Mechanic ban, which is also very solid ban. So for the top 3 most banned survivors, it's going to be Merc, Mech, Seer. Some players actually decide to ban forward. It just kind of gives them more opportunities to do whatever they want to do. And we will see possibly a Lizard, maybe an Axe Boy. It will definitely be interesting to see. Now remember, Mayhem did win round 1, so, and this is a best of 3. So if Mayhem does eliminate more survivors than JST for this round, then Mayhem wins the game. However, if JST beats Mayhem, then it goes to a round 3, and then it becomes more of a point thing, or whoever wins the round. So this will definitely be interesting. And Axe Boy looks to be what the pick is going to be. And it looks like they're going to pick Priestess, Horde, Perf, and Seer, possibly. Lawyer, no terror shot king. That's nice. That's nice. And we have 20-ish seconds left until it begins. So this will be another interesting matchup. So it's an interesting pick to go Perfume here. So a lot of Survivor teams actually don't like choosing Perfumer in tournament game mode because of hunters that have been introduced, such as Sculptor, which are very much presence oriented, but it is a very interesting pick, and she's definitely can be scary against hunters, namely can be scary against Feaster, can be scary against possibly Axe Boy. So again, don't take JST out of the equation. They can still definitely come back from this position if they play their cards right. And it will be a matter of a whole lot of coordination. It looks like the Lawyer will be picked. That is extremely interesting. And when you pick Lawyer, a lot of times what you're trying to do is the same type of idea that you would for a Mind's Eye, which is where you want to basically avoid the Hunter at all costs. And it looks like it is going to be the Spawn Group 1. Now what I like to do with this position is I like to go straight towards back gate, and we can see that's what it appears like Cupcake is going to be doing. And it looks like they're going to be rotating out from there. And it looks like Cupcake will probably be seeing the Seer in the distance there. See the build. He is running a detention build with pallet breaking, so right down, which is definitely a usable build on him. And it looks like, is that Peepers? It looks like we will be seeing some Peepers there from Cupcake, and he does get an early hit on the Seer. So will the Seer be able to kite much longer from here? Who knows? We will just have to see and find out. Now it does look like nobody is in this area, so they won't have that thing going on. There, beautiful Seer Owl from the Seer. Very, very nice job. And it looks like we're going to be seeing that Peeper there. Now remember, Cupcake is able to use his Restful Road here, and he is kiting into another survivor at the moment. Let's see, who is that? That appears to be the Perfumer, so that Perfumer needs to get out of that area. You can see he's just throwing down a Peeper, again countering that Cypher Rush, which is very, very important as a hunter. Now, unfortunately for Cupcake, the basement did not spawn here. So, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like Perfumer is going to be taking down that Peeper there and possibly going for some more. Now, it does look like the first round of pops were about to happen, so... And again, what he's going to be doing is he's going to be checking out that cipher. Now, there is a coordinator in this team comp, so it'll be interesting to see if this rescue is before or after path. It looks like it's going to be very close. Oh, and he gets the stuff there. Oh, that changes everything. This is definitely favoring Cupcake here. That was a beautiful rescue from the perfumer, though. And it looks like he is going to be going for that elimination on the seer. And there is the final hit. Now remember, Port doesn't have flare guns, so they've got nothing to do, really, when it comes to harassing that down. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he goes deep in this double hit as well. And it does look like he will not land that fireball. There is decoding going on at the same time. Oh, Lawyer's healing, Lawyer's healing. He is going to be able to get that Seer up. That changes a lot. That changes a lot because Seer was dead on chair. And remember, Lawyer can't be terror shot. So that's the thing too. And it does look like he will see the Seer out of the corner of his eye with those footprints. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Trying to do some mind games around this pallet is not successful. But he will be able to secure that down on the ceiling. So it looks like there might have also been a few pain things, but as long as he's still playing, again, if anybody like disconnects or anything, they've got that pause button. It looks like Cupcake will let it out. Now, he did see a purple fireball, and that is the coordinator. It was on a cipher that was around 80%, I believe. So that's a thing too. Misses the hit on the coordinator. That was a very important moment. That was very important when it came to securing the tie for Mayhem. It does look like that coordinator still will be going down though. So will they be able to pull a rescue or not? We will have to see. And it looks like he's just going to be restocking on his trees, which is a smart thing to do. And it looks like they will be going for that rescue possibly before half. Now what they need to do is, it's very important that they don't get stuffed. If they get stuffed here, it's pretty much game over for the survivors. Now, oh, he does get one hit. The rescue will go through, and he does get the double hit on the Lawyer. So the Lawyer's going to be going down, and he is at max presence, so that's a thing too. You got to keep that in mind. And they are both kiting towards that cipher. Now remember, Top Broken was like 80% complete. If they can get a survivor over there, they could possibly tie, or even if they kite to the gate, win this round. So this is very, very important. It will be a matter of whether the coordinator will be able to last long enough. And we can see, as predicted, that perfumer is going to be going towards that cipher. And that cipher, it'll be a matter of priming it, and then the Lawyer possibly will rescue it. Let's see, that is a whole prime cipher. So now, what the Lawyer really needs to do is he needs to avoid getting hit by a fireball to get that double hit. And will he be going for that rescue? Oh, Perfumer's going for the rescue and Lawyer's taking the cipher. That's... Oh, that was an unfortunate pop. Very unfortunate pop. But they should have timed it so that the rescue happened and then... Now it will be a matter of whether that Perfumer will still be able to escape. Remember, there's max presence that's going to slow her down. And he will get the Terror Shock, and this is looking to be a 3-person elimination from Cupcake. And it looks like he will be going towards the back gate. He'll be do have DC. Their voice chat is in my server. It's in my server. They're all... speaking of which, a link to my Discord server is in the description below. So make sure to check that out if you want to chat with me or any other Identity V players. But yeah, so this is going to make it so that JST does need to get... JST's Hunter does need to get the 3-person elimination to tie the round. Now if they get a 4-man, that will make it so that JST wins the round. So this is going to put their Hunter in a very tough and stressful situation. They have to get that win in order to continue the game. So now I will have to invite Donna, who's going to invite the rest of the Mayhem Survivor team. And I'll invite their Hunter while I'm at it. Yep, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. That pop was really rough on the Survivor team. However, everybody's doing a good job here. They did really well until that point. I mean, it was looking to be close to a tie. Hold on. Pop it. Leave me alone. Okay. Yeah, we got Mayhem coming. I'll open up the custom. And we're just waiting on JST's Hunter at the moment. There he is. And Red Church. Now remember, 2 Survivor bans, 1 Hunter ban for round 2. And as soon as everybody readies up, we'll be all set. There we go. And now there is going to be 1 Hunter ban and 2 Survivor bans. So it'll be interesting to see. Now we're most likely going to see that Merc ban. It'll be interesting to see whether that... interesting choice. Possible photographer ban. Interesting. They decide, you know what? We did well against his Axe Boy round 1. We're not scared of that. Now it'll be interesting to see if Sour Clown decides to choose Axe Boy again after the round 1 on Hospital. Now the thing to keep in mind is it's also Hospital. It's a very tough map for certain hunters. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. Now we're going to see the Mechanic ban coming into play, which is not uncommon at all. I like to ban Mechanic with most hunters. If not, I like to do that Seer ban, but that's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of up until this point. And it looks like we're going to be seeing that same type of strategy there. We got Donna as the rescue, and we got the Seer there for support, and we've got Rika for the decoder, and the Cowboy is going to be the harasser. So yeah, so now it'll be a matter of the hunter picking who he wants to hunt here. Now will we see that Axe Boy come out again, or will we see someone different? I'm very interested in these types of things, because every once in a while someone pulls out someone that's very interesting, and it looks like, yep, there's going to be that Axe Boy again. And it's going to be a matter of everyone confirming their personas, and then the match will begin. So it looks like we got 70 seconds left. Now it'll be also interesting, once again, just like Hospital, we'll take a look at the spawn points. Is it going to be like spawn group 6 in the middle of church? There's a 7. No, 7's in the middle of church. I have to refresh myself on those. But yeah, I'll go ahead and call out the spawn group and where the hunter is most likely to go. It looks like it is going to be the spawn group 4, which is right outside Wedding. Now, this hunter does appear to be going straight to Top Broken. Will we be seeing that peeper again? Yep, we're going to be seeing that peeper play again. Now, Top Broken is this Gravekeeper. Donna doing a nice move there, swinging back behind that wall. Now, another thing too is, yep, there's that peeper coming into play. If Donna decides to move back there, that peeper will reveal her to him. So that's something to think about too. Now, it does look like he will be settling on the seer here. Now remember, Axeboy needs a 3-person elimination to tie the round, so this will be very interesting. He has to get this down relatively quickly. And we see that he's going to be vaulting this window. The Seer doing a very nice job transitioning. Now the thing about Red Church is that it's got both really good transitional kiting areas and kite kiting areas. And we will see that Seer Owl coming into play. Yes, Church is a very good map for Axeboy. I took a look at the chat and that's the first thing I saw. Yes, Church can be a lot of Axeboy's bread and butter. Now, it looks like he will be changing targets again to the Mind's Eye. Gets the stun. Beautiful stun from this Mind's Eye. And it looks like Rika's going to be going right to the God Pallet, throws it down, and the Axeboy is going to be continuing on, following those footprints. Now, Miss Rika here is actually a very fantastic kiter, so this will be very interesting to see how this plays out. Does get the hit on the Mind's Eye. And we'll see how these peepers come into play here. And will he be able to predict with this fireball here? Now, the Cowboy's also here, so it'll be interesting to see if he supports, and the Mind's Eye will be going down. So we'll have to see. It's an interesting choice to harass early. Is that a miss lasso? I'm not sure. Oh yes, that was a miss lasso there. Messes up a little bit on the harassment there, but it's all good. They can still pull a rescue off. Now, Gravekeeper is on the other side of the map, so it'll be interesting to see. I would think that Seer would come for that rescue, but we will have to see. Cowboy could also, since he's in the area, so it'll just be a matter of that communication on who is going to be going for that rescue. Will he be able to get the double hit? Misses the hit there, and that is going to be a rescue just before half. Gets a hit on the Mind's Eye, so Mind's Eye is going to be going down. And another thing to think about is that there are two ciphers remaining, so the cipher rush is definitely happening. He's going deep on this double. He knows, he's like, okay, I have to win this round. Beautiful lasso there. Narrowly escapes that double hit. And it looks like the Mind's Eye has gone to his corner, so it's going to be really tough with that Cowboy there. Does get the double hit on the Cowboy, so now he's going down. Someone else will most likely have to rescue. Unless it Mind's Eye. No, Mind's Eye can't self-hit. Okay. So now Rika's going to be going back to the chair. It was also unfortunate that the Axeboy did find the Gravekeeper first. There's certain things that you can't, that you just can't account for as a hunter, such as finding the survivor first that you don't want to find. But we will have to see how close that cipher is. It'll be a matter of getting that body blocking in. You can see the same thing sort of playing out from last time. What is that cipher at? Oh, that is a whole prime. So remember, this Axeboy needs to have a 3-person elimination to keep the game going. So ideally what he's going to be able to do is he's going to be able to get a fireball off. And then after he fireballs, he's going to be able to swing. But that Cypher is primed. So that's going to be really tough for the 100th path. The Cypher pop will happen and Mind's Eye is back up. Does get the hit on the Mind's Eye. Now remember, this hunter needs to be able to hit the win. You can see he's going straight towards that gate. Now Mayhem just needs a tie in order to be able to win the round. And he's going to place his people there. And this is going to be really tough because the other two survivors are going towards that back gate. So we will have to see, will he be able to get to the gate in time to prevent those two survivors from escaping? And it looks like this is going to be a 3-person escape for Mayhem once again. And that will conclude the JST versus Mayhem clan scrimmage. Mayhem did win the scrimmage, but very excellent gameplay from both sides. And I'm looking forward to playing with you guys all again in the future. So that will be 2 rounds for Mayhem. Thank you everybody so much for coming out. Now in the future I am planning on going ahead and scheduling more clan scrimmages for Mayhem to play in. Hold on, let me get this here. I had something set up. There we go. I'll just leave it here and I'll just have some concluding thoughts. So go ahead and like the stream and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. I am planning some scrimmages with a few other clans, so keep posted on that with my Discord server. And thank you everybody so much for coming out and supporting your favorite teams. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for coming. And if you would like me to commentate your, if you have a clan and you're looking for a streamer to commentate, go ahead. My DMs are always open. You can just send me a ping in Discord and we can try to work something out, because I really like doing this stuff. I like commentating and spectating other games, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of it with my content in the future. Anyways, thank you all so much everybody for coming. Bye everybody.